Welcome to Sisters in Suffering.
I'm Nicole,
I'm Gabby.
and we're suffering.
Oh, well, you
I-
have been. We all collectively have been for the past however many weeks now, too. It's been the longest 2 weeks, I think, ever.
I feel like it's been more. It's been a year.
It's been a year in the past 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and we took some time after the Halloween episode for obvious reasons, the election, and just like Nicole got pink eye, which we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that. But
The two really dire situations in our lives. Nicole's pink eye.
Nicole's
and the
pink eye
election.
and the state of our
Country.
of these United States.
Yeah.
So very important world-altering events. So yes, we say that to say that we took some time from filming episode 4, but we're here today. We're ready. Are we refreshed? I don't know.
Are we pink eye free?
I actually wore pink eyeshadow in honor of her pink eye. So
Love that. My biggest stan.
yes, I think we are refreshed in a way.
Yeah.
Ready to yap.
Ready to yap about the important things.
The things that matter, because
Right.
that's what this podcast is. We talk about things that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, do you want to let the people know what you've been experiencing as far as your various
Well,
microbial issues?
Microbial, maybe, but I feel like I have a PhD in pink eye right now based off of like all of my Google searches. If we revisited my Google search history, it is, do you need antibiotics for pink eye? Where does pink eye come from? Is bacterial pink eye like gonna make you blind? Like all of these really important searches are on my Google search history right now. And I did discover that pink eye could be viral, bacterial, or from allergies, apparently.
Did you ever find out how it spread? Because I always thought that you spread pink eye by looking at people.
Which is wild. No, yeah, you just blink at them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No, it's, okay, so I think, like, it's more common in kids, at least bacterial pink eye is, because kids don't really have, like, me saying kids don't have self-control, and then you'll probably see me rub my eye, like, 6 times and touch you, but, like, they rub their eyes and then they touch stuff.
Yeah.
And then the bacteria sits for, like, I don't know how long it lives. And that's how it spreads. And I think what I had was I had like a really random virus and like went to urgent care and they were like, it's not COVID, it's not the flu, it's not RSV. And then they were like, also it's not strep, like it's not bacterial. And they're like, you just have a cold. And then apparently like if you have certain viruses, sometimes they turn into viral pink eye, which
You better not be person zero for another pandemic. We don't need that shit.
it was weird. It was because I almost was like, why is it not any of like the big 4?
Yeah. Well, I texted you this, but I'm starting to think that it might be true. When you opened up that bubonic plague book, you unlocked an ancient pink eye.
If you're confused as to what we're talking about, in an early episode, I discussed that I had an encyclopedia of the world's worst diseases, and that I was pretty sure the bubonic plague was bookmarked. And I will insert photo evidence here that like 10-year-old Nicole bookmarked the bubonic plague in the disease encyclopedia. And our thoughts are that like some nasty germ I was carrying as a child just was like
Flew into her eye.
like closed in this book, and I opened it and like some frozen virus in the freaking iceberg or something, I don't know, it just reawakened
Some frozen virus in the pages of your...
in the pages of my disease encyclopedia. Yeah.
Let's get into our special get to know you cards. Pick a card, any card. I hope that I shuffled these from last time, but we're about to find out.
Oh, mine's so good.
Okay, you go first.
Actually, yeah, it's what do you think your 8-year-old self would think about the person you are today?
Oh,
Which is such a cute question originally, and then I think about it and I realize probably nothing good. Probably nothing nice.
Do you think your 8-year-old self would judge your current self?
What was I doing at 8 years old? I think she would think it's cool that I have a car. And she'd probably be like, wow, she knows how to do eyeliner. No, actually at 8 years old I wasn't thinking about makeup. 12 to 13-year-old Nicole, I think would be really impressed with my makeup abilities that I've developed over the years because I looked scary at that age when I was experimenting with makeup. So I think 12, 13-year-old Nicole would like me. But 8-year-old Nicole was outside playing in the dirt. I think I wanted to be a veterinarian or something like really cool. And I went to school for finance. Like, she would be like, what are you doing?
She'd be like, who are you?
Who is this?
What have you become?
What is finance? We don't like math. So, my sad answer. 8-year-old Nicole would hate me.
For this one simple reason.
Yeah. For math.
I think my 8-year-old self would think that I'm really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet. Maybe I'm putting too much pressure on 8-year-old me.
Yeah.
She'd probably be like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think she'd see your outfit today and be like, wow, that's a cool girl.
She'd see my dress pants and long sleeve.
Yeah, I think my 8-year-old self would think that I'm really cool and would think that I'm really pretty. Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day, how it's so weird being an adult because I remember everything from childhood as though it was like very recently. And I think that like thinking back to my little kid brain, she was I don't know. I think I would have been intimidated by myself, but not in a bad way, just in a way of like, whoa.
Impressed.
Yeah, like who is she?
Yeah. I also, this is like totally unrelated to what 8-year-old me would, no, it's not unrelated. I think it is related. I've seen a lot of people talking about revisiting who they were as a child and how much as they come into themselves as adults, they realize that they're really the same exact person they were as a little kid.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important. And I try to sometimes, when I'm inspired and motivated, to revisit what I was like as a kid and my interests and my passions and like the way I thought about the world and try to implement that as an adult because 8-year-olds they just know something. I don't know. I lost it along the way and now that I'm getting old, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
now that I'm aging,
please.
I revisit it a lot, and I'm kind of like, she was a little bit more wise than I thought originally. So,
but I think there's something to be said about that because I'm 27, but I feel like a kid sometimes still.
Yeah.
Like I have plushies. Yeah. I love a plush. And it's not just about that, obviously, but I think like having that sort of childish whimsy, that childish mentality of like, you know, like we were talking about climbing trees when we go on a hike or something. And just kind of caring about in the world with this sort of childish wonder. I think it's really important because then it's like, what the fuck are we living for? Yes.
I was sitting there and I kind of just thought, as a kid, I feel like I felt emotions so much more viscerally than I do as an adult. Like I had really big feelings as a kid, but not in a sense that I was angry all the time or like when I was angry it was too much to handle or something like that. I just when I was experiencing the world, like it was so exciting for me. And I feel as though new things were really exciting, or when I was really happy about something it was like super intense. And now as an adult everything feels very like muted. And I wonder if that's a thing because I don't like it. It's boring.
Yeah.
I want to be like childishly excited about stuff again.
Yeah.
Because that's a really fun feeling.
I feel like it's the reverse for me because I feel like I don't know if repressed my emotions as a kid is the right way to put it. I don't feel like I had bigger feelings, but
well, culturally you were brought up in a way that maybe didn't embrace feeling super excited or super big
Yeah.
feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is a cultural piece to it. There's also like an individual like parenting piece as well.
Hmm.
So I think that when I was a kid, like I did feel emotions, obviously. Like
Yeah. No, you felt
nothing.
nothing.
I'm not explaining this very well, but like the point that I'm trying to get across is that as an adult, I feel like especially like going to therapy and kind of like unlocking some things from my childhood and addressing those things, that's kind of opened the floodgates for me to be like, oh, it's okay to feel. And
Yeah.
I, as a person, um, just like innately am a very deep feeler
Yeah.
too. So I think that that's just kind of been refined over time as I've gotten older, where now like I tap into those like
Yeah.
super excitable feelings, and then if I'm like upset about something, I let myself like really like dive into
Yeah.
that. Um, and yeah, I think, but to your point, it is I think a lot of people, a lot of adults experience that sort of muted
Hmm.
feeling. And it makes sense too, because, you know, like our adult lives, if you don't have money,
Yeah,
if you're
it's
kind of like
hard to
living paycheck to paycheck, it's hard to kind of,
feel like the world is magical.
yeah, and just, I think that that's something you have to be a little bit more cognizant of,
Yeah.
like keeping yourself in that sort of headspace because, you know, when you're struggling to pay your bills and it's just if you have a tougher go at things, it's kind of hard to keep sight of that sometimes.
Hmm.
So,
I also feel like that what I'm describing happened a lot as a kid for me because there was just this excitement and joy at experiencing things for the first time.
mm,
And maybe as an adult, I don't do enough things where I feel like I'm doing something for the very first time and I'm excited and nervous and feeling cool about it.
yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe that's a great goal.
Yeah.
That's a good New Year's resolution,
And I
is
think
to do more first time things.
yeah, I agree. And I think that that's just a large part of how you make like this sounds dramatic, but like how you make your life count as an
Yeah.
adult. Because it is important to have experiences where you kind of get out of your comfort zone
Yeah.
and you try new things and you make new memories and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So
I-
we should take like trapeze classes or something.
I'm so just in the mood to take classes to learn new skills and
Yes.
to try new things. I was texting Gabby literally a week ago being like, we should take combative classes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, not wrestling, but something cool.
Yeah.
Something cool where
Martial
we-
arts of some
Yeah.
sort. My question is, what's something you dislike that most people like?
I'm gonna need to think on this one.
Me too.
Everything.
I'm just a contrarian by nature.
Right?
No. What is something I dislike that most people like? Celebrities.
Yeah, that's a good one. I fucking hate celebrities. But I wonder if anybody really actually likes celebrities.
I think people do.
They do. I have a crazy story.
Okay, go for it.
There was a point when I think this was maybe 2.5 years ago, I don't know, that people online were going really batshit crazy about drama that didn't really actually exist between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez.
Oh, yeah.
And people were so divided about it online. Like, saying horrible things. Specifically, I think most of it was aimed at Hailey Bieber, but then, you know, it was from both sides. I was in college. I went to one of my classes, and I was taking the elevator down from my class, and I was in, like, a packed elevator, and there was 2 girls sitting in there with me having a full-blown Socratic seminar in the elevator about how much Hailey Bieber sucked because they were making up scenarios in which she was like dissing Selena Gomez or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like just like conspiracizing,
Oh,
coming up with stuff.
was it the when they were doing like the TikTok videos where I think Haley was like people were alleging that she was making fun of Selena Gomez's eyebrows or something.
And then they were like,
So stupid.
oh, Selena Gomez has a cooking show, and now Hailey Bieber is cooking, and it's like, are people not allowed to? I just hit you. Are people not allowed to cook?
Yeah.
Like only Selena Gomez can cook.
Yeah.
But it was the conversation that was being had. I was sitting there, and it did occur to me in that moment that holy shit, these people are fully obsessed. Like they're defending this person as if they know her.
Yeah.
As if she is their best friend. And it's strange. Because I don't really feel that way about celebrities. I kind of just don't like them. I feel like they're rich assholes. You know?
There's just so many layers to like the celebrity civilian connection because I think over time parasocial connections and relationships have become like a really hot topic, and for good reason, because I mean you've really got people out here like I'll use Swifties as an example, and I'm a Swiftie, but these Swifties really think that Taylor Swift is going to notice them personally from the TikTok comments or wherever they're commenting and invite them to her house for tea, and it's just like that's not celebrities don't care about you,
right?
And I think that gets lost somewhat for some folks on the internet. And like they really want to defend their faves, and I don't know, I think it's kind of interesting to think about it from like a evolutionary perspective too, because I'm sure that this type of connection or like relationship has probably existed like in ancient times too. And I kind of view celebrities as like our collective court jesters. Not that they are, but I think like the nature of almost being placed on such a high pedestal socially where people aspire to that in and of itself kind of creates that dynamic of like, this person is here for my entertainment and they're not like a person. So like, you know,
it's weird. I feel it's really weird. I also wonder if this is, I feel like Americans specifically are so like foaming at the mouth to put people on that pedestal. Like we do it with politicians, we do it with singers, we do it with like social media influencers. And I almost wonder if that's a very American thing, because I remember taking French class in high school and we were talking about, I cannot pronounce the French president's name, Macron. We were having like a conversation about sort of like his personal life, and my French teacher was like, you know, I don't really think that personal things about him were what people considered when voting him into office, versus when you look at Americans and the way we look at elections like it's the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know?
That kind of is.
And I just don't think that that's normal or okay. You know? Why are we...
Yeah.
You know, these people aren't supposed to be Kim Kardashian. They're here to do a job.
Yeah. In theory.
Yeah.
I do think that there's a cultural element to it too. I dislike celebrities because I don't like when people don't mind their fucking business. And I feel like celebrities can't mind their own fucking business. They have so much money. They have so many resources to just like peace out and do your own thing and, you know, make your art, do your projects, whatever. The incessant need to be seen, to be heard. And again, it's a two-way street. This type of dynamic goes both ways, and it kind of goes back to the parasocial of it all. But the constant like shilling product and the constant need to be in the public eye, I don't know. I'm so disillusioned with all of those celebrities, and like I have heard so many things about their lives against my will. And I'm so sick of it. Like I think the thing that kind of really just pissed me off recently is seeing all this shit about Benny Blanco and how Selena Gomez really is out here trying to convince us all that he is the sexiest man alive. And I'm like, girl, no, he's not. And that's okay. But like this is what I mean. This like
Yes.
the look at me, look at me, look at me type
Yeah.
of I don't even know, like behavior. It's just
Yeah.
so fucking irritating. And yeah, I I don't think that celebrities are any better than any of us regular people. In a lot of ways, they're actually worse than regular people because
Yeah.
they're so out of touch with reality. And, you know, I think wealthy, if you're that successful and accomplished, shut the fuck up and mind your business.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
If I had money, the way I would disappear
yeah.
off the face of the earth. I
Live your
think.
life, enjoy your blessings, but the moment that you start acting like a clown in the public sphere and being
Yeah.
like, "Hey, look at me, like look at this."
Right. But then also I think us regular folk we kind of egg it on because you see fucking edits of celebrity doing nothing. They're drinking coffee in public and people are like, I need to videotape this and I'm gonna make a full-blown fanboy, fangirl
Yeah.
edit of it.
It definitely goes both ways, I
Yeah.
think. You're right in that people feed into that. And that's not to say that there aren't celebrities that I enjoy. Like there
Yeah.
are musicians and actors that I think are very talented
Yeah.
and I like them and I like their style and aesthetic, whatever. I think just like the concept of celebrity as a whole is really just kind of fucked up. And I don't like the sort of like celebrity worship that happens too. Uh
It's
it's weird. It's weird.
This is a side. We're really going down a fucking tunnel with this, but I am not going to give credit because I don't know where the fuck I saw this, but there was a podcast where someone was talking about this idea of you can kind of tell that your kid has emotionally developed in a healthy way when they don't want to be a celebrity when they grow up.
Mm.
And the the feeling of not wanting to be a celebrity is demonstrating healthy development emotionally because you're not seeking, praise and value and whatever externally. Like you have your own internal system of making yourself feel worthy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's so true because I don't know, it is kind of scary, this whole phenomenon of I want to be an us as we're filming ourselves talking. I don't know. I do this because it's fun and I like to yap,
Yeah.
versus
Not influencers also.
no.
So
I'm
they're
just
content creators.
here to yap what they want to be nowadays, and half of them saying I want to be,
A YouTuber.
a YouTuber,
an
an influencer. Do they still want to be YouTubers? I don't know. Is that still a thing?
Some of them.
Um,
Or TikToker.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so, I think, sad because it's just this social media engine of you're on social media, you're seeing all of these people seeking others' approvals and praise and whatever, even
And the
if-
attention. Like
attention.
the desire for attention too is also a thing.
And to grow up with that, and no shit, you want to be famous. That's like the only way you think that you matter in the world, which is
Yeah.
just so not true.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think the other thing too, that this is probably like a larger, like media as a whole type of point.
Issue. Yeah.
But I think interviews are just so disingenuous. Like it's just not very common to watch an interview where the host is asking a celebrity or, whomever, interesting, thought-provoking questions. Like, even on podcasts, like traditional broadcast type of media,
Yeah.
there's just a lack of depth in interviews that I feel like is really, I don't know, just kind of off-putting. A lot of questions are very generic, and that's probably by design. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to hear people talk about things beyond just surface level.
I agree. And I also think that feeds into the whole thing because those are role models for people, and what are we telling them? We're putting them on TV and making them talk about super, like,
Shallow things.
shallow things. And
Well,
then There we go.
There is this one YouTube segment where a therapist talks to, like the videos that I've seen have been with like different rappers and just musicians, and kind of like talking about their therapeutic journey or like their
Oh,
childhood and
that's
things
cool.
like that. And I love content like that
Yeah.
because it's just so interesting to hear people's stories and kind of like their journey to where they are today and how they got there, and just like hearing people struggle, and not in like a I want to hear people
You're right.
struggle, but I think that's just so human. And I think the humanity is kind of missing sometimes in like
Yeah.
traditional media, I guess. But I think like that's changing. I think those conversations are um evolving more and more as time goes on. But d-
What do we dislike that other people like?
yes,
What the fuck? What a confusing
it's a
question.
great question. Really makes you think.
Oh. I'm trying to think of like fashion things. No, nobody likes skinny jeans anymore, so whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just,
I'd say
I'm a sheep. I fucking love everything that everybody else likes.
not the sheep. Haircuts have been top of mind for me, and I have been itching to talk about this for so long. Like, I have been feral in my little cage because I want to talk about Midwestern balayage and the phenomena of Midwestern
Can
balayage.
we find a photo of what this looks like and show it to me and also insert it? Because
I'll
I'm
insert a picture of what I'm talking about, but there's like this very, very
specific.
specific type of hairstyle, hair color that
Hmm.
has not evolved in the past probably like 20 years. I just think it is fascinating.
I'm
Um,
so,
um,
that's so
it'll
true.
be like the darker roots, but then the
Yes.
blonde highlights and the balayage, like the
Yeah.
fade into the blonde. Like, okay, I will
Mhm.
put a regular photo in, but okay, you could see the ring light, so that's not helpful at all.
The way that I literally would have brought any of
Like
those
this in
photos
particular, this sort of like ashy, cool bleach platinum
and in
blonde that
2 weeks it's
fades into the
yellow.
roots. Yes, and I've seen so many bad bad variations of it, and
Yeah.
it's just such a common type of style and dye,
Hmm.
and I just think that it's something that needs to be studied because it's so bland. I'm gonna say it. I think it's really bland, but it's just so popular.
It is.
And it's the curling of the hair
Oh
too.
God,
It's
those
very,
waves.
very specific.
Okay.
And I mean, it looks good on some people, but not on the majority. And
No.
I think that that's the thing about like hair styling is finding something that works for you and not, and
Yeah.
my mind is just like going all these different directions because I think like this is a very specific type of hair trend that hasn't evolved over time, but is kind of the standard template for a lot of Midwestern individuals. And I
And
just think it's so interesting.
I will tell you right now, though, I'm blaming hairdressers for that because I have gone blonde before. And I genuinely think if you are in the Chicagoland area and you go and you show any fucking photo of blonde, any blonde inspiration photo, that is what they are doing, like it or not.
Yeah.
That's the only like thing anybody here knows how to do.
Because it's the standard.
Yeah.
And I tried doing some research to see like where did this come from? How did it evolve into this
Yeah.
as the standard? And I couldn't find anything. I'll have to do a little bit more digging and maybe put it in like the show notes or something.
Yeah.
But it's just fascinating.
It is. My time as a blonde, I don't think I ever, well, I shouldn't talk because I change my mind every 2 weeks. But that just opened my eyes to like a few different things. One of them that I will bring up that is kind of going into a different direction right now. I am of the opinion that I think people look really good with their natural like hair color that they had before doing anything to it. And you were not naturally a redhead, but
exposing my secrets.
but I mean it looks really fucking good on you.
Thank you.
I think it like I don't know. When I look at myself and I look at all of the different hair, I don't know, 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 things that I went through, I always revisit just my skin. Like, everything looked better when I just didn't color my hair and left it as it is.
Yeah.
Because I went blonde. It looked like shit. I looked washed out. I went super dark. I think I had like black hair at one point. It didn't look like good. I did highlight. Like, nothing looks as good to me, on me at least.
As your natural hair color.
I think that's the thing with brunettes. I think a lot of people that are naturally blonde can kind of do more stuff with their hair.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, you have less wiggle room with darker hair. Also, apologies if you hear thumping and thudding in the background.
Me pausing because I was like,
apparently I live in fucking New York and there's construction going on everywhere. So
we love that.
sorry. I really like an experimental type of style. Like, I really admire people who like will change up their hair very frequently and like do different cuts and like colors and whatever. I think it's great. I'm very much a creature of habit where like I find something that works and I stick to that.
Are you really?
Yeah. Like, I haven't changed red in 7 years.
If we opened my camera roll and went through the last year of my life, terrifying. I look like a different person in each month.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why.
I mean, like, I'll change up my haircut. Like, I think next time I cut my hair, I might do like a bob type of thing. But I'm not going to like dye my hair purple or anything like that.
No,
I'm not gonna experiment with hair color.
Yeah, I don't experiment in that direction because I don't know. I think at one time I did like I went darker, but we put some tones in there that were not very natural looking, and it gave me anxiety.
Oh.
I did not like that. It's like, I don't like having colors that don't look like they're supposed to be in my hair.
Yeah. I also put a note that pixie cuts look good on no one, which I don't know if that's true. A pixie cut didn't look good on me.
Really?
Specifically.
What is the word? Really?
Projecting.
Projecting.
Yes, yeah. I'm projecting big time. But I had a pixie cut at one point. Coincidentally enough, it was at the lowest point in my life.
Yeah, it always is.
So,
that's a really...
If we ever do a Patreon,
nope,
I will insert pictures of me with a pixie cut. I'll show you.
The mistake that I made when I got a pixie cut was originally I got it and it was like very shaggy, which was kind of, it wasn't cute, but it was, it was gonna grow a little bit faster, and then it grew immediately to an awkward look, and I was like, I can't fucking deal with the awkwardness, so I went and I got it even shorter.
Oh.
Like really short, and then I was like, oh, I have fucked up.
The moment that you realize that you fucked up in a haircut is a very life-changing moment, I think. Yeah. Like, that's a pivotal point where you're like,
yeah,
what are my life choices and what am I doing?
And then to this day, when I had that haircut and in the time that it was trying to grow out, I would have dreams that I had like long hair, and then I'd wake up crying.
Aww.
And to this day, I have nightmares that I just decide to like chop my hair off. And I've done bobs. Like, I love a bob. It's fine.
Yeah.
I have a round ass face. Like, it works for me.
Yeah.
But if I'll have like nightmares that like someone takes like a fucking, what is that? Buzzer to my head. And I'm like, I wake up stressed.
Oh my god. Brain isn't developed.
Don't fucking get a haircut.
But actually, maybe that's the best time to get a haircut. Because like, once you're an adult and you're
that's so much worse. Doing
some crazy things.
If I ever made that decision again as an adult, I would need therapy. I don't know how I'd get over it.
Oh my gosh. Sharp segue into the next segment or the next topic, but I was thinking about niche ways that you can become a millionaire. And one of the things that I was thinking about was fonts.
I need you to explain this.
Like, okay, you know how, there's like Times New Roman, there's Arial, there's like all the fonts.
Yeah.
I think if you became, like, that's how I would want to become a millionaire. I would want to create like a very, very commonly used font, and the royalties from that would make me a millionaire. Like, that's how I want to be a millionaire.
Does the maker of Times New Roman get like paid every time someone uses it?
Well, I think it depends on like when it was created, because I'm pretty sure some of these fonts have been around since.
You think you could beat Times New Roman?
Oh, I could never beat Times New Roman.
Okay.
I'm humble enough to admit that I will never be Times New Roman, and that's okay. But something as iconic as Times New Roman. Fun
Yeah,
fact,
easily.
when I had my very brief period of time in college, one of the girls that I went to school with, her mom was a graphic designer, and she created the logo for like Visa or MasterCard or something like that.
Oh, that's wild.
So something like that,
Yeah, that's
where
cool.
you create like a very iconic type of logo or font or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's how I would want to become wealthy.
That is kind of interesting. I want to hear what my when I was a kid, I wanted to invent something. And do you want to hear what I wanted
Let's
to do?
hear it. Let's hear
So
it.
I was using a lead pencil a lot. And my idea was, fuck gas cars. Why don't you just make a fucking car that runs?
On lead.
Not on lead, on, like, you know, like, you just keep pressing the pedal. And it's, my idea was like, I don't know how to explain this. My idea was that somehow, somewhere, you would just be able to repetitively press something, and that motion would generate something, and the car would
It's like
go.
the boats.
Yeah,
You
like
steer
something cool
self-steering
like that,
boats.
you know, like it, like you're the one that's doing the thing, and I was like, and then you're also being active, and I told my dad about it, and he was like, well, first of all, people are fucking lazy, and second of
And
all,
also, that's just not practical. Can you imagine going on a cross-country road trip and you're the
pressing the
to do-
and can you imagine how ginormous only one calf is?
You'd be ripped,
On one calf,
but in a very unusual way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I never became an inventor.
I think you've got the right idea, but
Yeah.
in execution, probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
In Lithuania, you can fill your car up with traditional gas, but you can also fill it up with natural gas too.
What?
Like,
Wait, what?
I don't know what
gas?
I don't know what the English word is for it,
What is natural?
but like natural gas.
What is the gas we use? From oil.
Right?
So where do you get the natural one?
Let me try to find what it is in English, because like I in my
Like
head,
diesel?
maybe no, it's not diesel. Natural gas.
What the fuck?
Natural gas in cars? Question mark.
Lithuanian.
Lithuania. Um, yes, natural gas cars. Compressed natural gas vehicles look and feel like conventional cars, while their engines and fuel systems are modified to make use of natural gas.
What the fuck is the natural gas?
So, like, it's not, I don't think it's a liquid, but you go up to like a separate part of the gas station if you want to fill up your car with gas. And it's like this very distinctive sort of smell. The first time that I was with my aunt when she was filling up the car with gas, I was like, is this car gonna blow up?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? But yeah, liquefied natural gas and compressed natural gas vehicles. It's cheaper than traditional gasoline, and it has lower emissions. Yeah,
Why don't we have natural gas?
because the fossil fuel industry probably is like absolutely the fuck not. Are you gonna have cheaper
Disappointing.
and more eco-friendly, in quotation marks,
Yeah.
type of gas? Steering away from that topic,
conversation, let's talk about Minecraft.
let's talk about Minecraft, and this is actually going back to childhood. I feel like in every episode we inevitably somehow get back to like childhood and talking about
We're revisiting.
who we were as kids. But I mean, very formative. I think that like I just think back to the times when I would play video games as a child, and The Sims in particular. Psychological projections of your being, your essence into the game. And like I think it'd just be so interesting to do a study of children's like gameplay, because
Yeah.
I think of, you know, like, I think if we did some observations about the types of families that I would make in The Sims and like the gameplay that I would play, first of all, I never made a father in my families, so that was indicative of a lot of things. And also I I think all kids did this when they played The Sims, or vast majority of kids, but like the way that we played God was
Yeah.
just crazy. Like crazy shit. I had a house where I this is so fucking sadistic, but I would make like the max amount of people that you can make in a household, and I would just put them in a lot.
The maximum amount of people.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
You can create 8 Sims in
per
a
household.
household. Yes.
Damn, they have a fucking limit.
Yeah. You can't make an infinite amount of
What is this?
individuals.
Population control?
Yeah. But I would put them in this very specific house on this very specific lot, and I would just let them rot. Essentially, I would just let them die. And
Oh no.
I would just kind of cycle through, and eventually there became so many sim graves that like at night all these ghosts would pop out. And
God.
yeah, it's really fucking sadistic, very morbid. I don't know what was going through my head. I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And I just kept doing it.
I never played Sims.
I'm kind of ashamed of that, actually.
Oh, shame. Lingering.
Lingering shame
Regret.
of my Sims gameplay.
Mistreatment of the Sims.
I mistreated the fuck out of those Sims.
If
and
those
I'm-
things ever, like...
If they gain sentience-
If AI
oh,
gets those to be... They're gonna come
I'm hooked. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'd be the first to go. Minecraft is connected to this because Minecraft is my personal comfort game. The thing with me playing games now as an adult is that I will have phases where, like, I'll still play The Sims. I play The Sims 4, and I will play The Sims for like weeks straight. Just like that is my comfort go-to game. And then I won't play it for a year, and then I'll go back to it. So it's like periodic gameplay. But Minecraft, okay, so whole different thing now, and you have to like sign up with a Microsoft email for it now, which
What?
is so fucking stupid. And you have to pay for it. I don't remember having to pay for Minecraft before.
You had to pay for it on like a certain... I thought you had to pay for it on PC, but it was free up to like a certain point.
I don't remember if we had to pay for it or if it was just like a very low amount of money, because now it's like $40 for a Minecraft membership. And I put that on my Christmas wish list because I want to play Minecraft. But
Wait, is that like a monthly thing or just one time?
it's just a one-time
Okay.
thing. Anyway. So
Christmas wish.
it is. I want to play Minecraft.
That's hilarious.
It makes me feel very comforted. Just like the thing is though, I like Minecraft to like build a little house, do my exploration. My favorite thing to do is like I build my house, I make it just how I want it to be, and then I go on an adventure. So I'll like build different biomes and having dogs, having like a whole pack of dogs. I'll take Bones with me when I explore. But I can't play Minecraft at like in night mode in the game and have mobs come out. That scares the shit out of me. When I go to caves, I play on peaceful mode. There are no mobs, there are no surprises. I'm not doing that shit. I get so scared. So I'll go and I'll collect my diamonds, I'll do all my things without any mobs present because I just get so scared.
I like that part of the game. I like the adrenaline.
Adrenaline inducing.
My favorite fucking block on Minecraft when I was a kid was the red carpet. Every home I built, every mansion I designed had red carpet.
I like the paintings.
Oh, the paintings are so cute.
Because when you knock off the painting and you put it up again, it'll be a different picture every time. And I just think that that's so chic.
And then I'd find one that I liked, but then I'd accidentally knock it off and I'd have to just keep going over and over again until it fucking came back.
Yeah. Oh my God. I like the witches.
I
Like when the witches would come out at night.
the village people.
The little noises.
I think I like made my Minecraft Steve date a village person. Like I held him captive and I was like, he's my boyfriend. Oh my god, and then they have little babies.
Really?
Like all of the animals and all of the village people, and they have babies now.
Oh, I thought you got your character to have a baby with
baby?
a villager. I was about to be like, what kind of fucking update is that? That's crazy.
Anyway.
Attack mobs, like I would fight them once I felt ready. Like I had to be ready. So I had to have my armor,
Yes.
I had to have my weapon, and then once the sun was setting, like every house that I built, I would have like a lookout station.
Mm.
So I'd go to the roof, I'd see where the mobs are. I have to be prepared. I don't like unexpected surprises, and I don't want to be frightened because I play this game for comfort. I don't play this game to be scared.
Yeah.
So I like the adrenaline. Like
Mhm.
once you get into it, you're like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
But I don't like to be caught off guard. The thing that pissed me off the most was when I'd be building a house or building something, and then a creeper comes out of nowhere and blows my shit up. That would make me
Yes.
rage quit the game. I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I need to take a break.
I didn't like when you'd be wearing headphones and then you just hear the you're like it's just like right in your ear and you're like
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Unsettling.
That was
Music. Oh my gosh.
the music's good.
Whoever made the music,
The
the soundtrack,
soundtrack.
oh, you
They-
deserve a Grammy.
Yes.
Because I just love being in my little boat and then like the sun is setting and then it's that
Yes.
soft, cheerful, like calming
Yes.
music.
Yes.
And then you'd hear the like that like ominous sound sometimes come up out of nowhere when you get close to like a, I don't know, like a
Like a
dangerous
squid.
cave or a
Yeah.
mob or something. That would be unsettling, but
Yeah.
it's just such lovely music.
I love that. Now I want to play Minecraft.
Yeah. I don't even if anyone asks what do we talk about, I don't know what to say.
This title of this episode is going to be hard to figure out.
Pink eye, Minecraft, childhood,
Millionaires, real estate,
real estate,
gas.
fonts, natural gas cars? Question mark.
Times New Roman.
Times New Roman fonts. Yeah.
I think we're done here. That's all I'm going to say.
We will see you in the next one.
It's been a journey.
It has been a journey. Take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye.